Let's blow the flight that 3-score-and-10 era. The 3-score-and-10, a score is 20. So you got 3 20s, that's 20, 40, 60, and then you have the 10. Oh boy, at every funeral, and I'm sure, and you've heard it 1,001 times, in the Psalm 90, Moses wrote Psalm 90, and he said, the days of our lives are 3-score-and-10. And people use that at funerals, they use it for their life. They think that if I just reach 3-score-and-10, if I reach 70 years, that's good enough, because that's what the Bible, that's what the Bible promised me, 3-score-and-10, and if by strength I get 80, that's erroneous. You have to understand, Moses wrote that because the children of Israel were in the wilderness. And understand that all those who were under 20 were the only ones who made it into the promised land. And so let's say you were 30 years old when you started out in the wilderness. You left Egypt, now you're 30 years old and you're starting out in the wilderness. Now how long were the children of Israel in the wilderness? They were in there for 40 years. And so if you're 30 years old and you're in the wilderness for 40 and you're not going to go into the promised land, you're going to die at 70. If you started in the wilderness at 40 and you're in the wilderness for 40, you're not going in the promised land, you're going to die at 80. That's why Moses said that, 3-score-and-10. But people, ministers have people in bondage at funerals and in church services saying, well, the days of our lives are 3-score-and-10, as if when I turn 70, I should start preparing to die. Then if you just go one book over, Psalm 91, David wrote Psalm 91, and he said, if you dwell in the secret place of the Most High, and then skirt on down to the rest of the verses, at the end he says, and you shall live a long life and be satisfied. So you will live as long as you want until you are satisfied. If you do these things, dwell in the secret place of the Most High, abide under the shadow of the Almighty, to say of the Lord, his refuge and fortress, it is him in whom we will trust, and so forth and so on. If you stand on the passages of Scripture, align yourself with the promises of God, you'll live a long life and be satisfied. So therefore, I'm going to live until I am satisfied. And I will know when I'm satisfied. I'll know when my work is done. And that's how it works. So don't relegate or obligate yourself to just 30 years or limit yourself to 70 years. 70 or 80 years. You might want to live till you're 90 or 100. And you can live a life in divine health all the days of your life if you want to. Nothing has to take you out. Sickness does not have to take you out. The body waxes old and decays away. Yes, it gets older and weaker, but you don't have to die of some kind of disease or sickness. You can just be satisfied. And that's a beautiful thing. So I want to just address that issue in brief here. Don't ever preach again that people are only going to live 70 to 80 years, and we applaud that if they made 70. Moses spoke that simply because they were in the wilderness at age 30, and if you were in there for 40 years, you're going to die at 70. Psalm 91 says, we'll live a long life and be satisfied. So, be free. Live until you are satisfied and declare that you will walk in divine health all the days of your life.